Frankenstein's got a journal.
Ash, is Vamp explaining? What?
Clown stuck in the house.
Elena side to Damon? Huh?
Do I have your attention?
Yep.
Good. Now let's talk about vampires.
Let's go. Season 5. Hear me out.
At Rebecca's kegger with Elaine and friends, taking shots like Jordan Connor, that is, in the paint like Shaq. Fix it in post. You remember when we drove coast to coast, driving to LA Cavalier and a U-Haul, even though that car was too small. Whipping around the Grand Canyon, trying not to fall in. Even when we were broke, we were still ball in. By the bay, listen to Frank Ocean. Pour some coffee, I'll see you in 10.
Just give me the cue. I'll do whatever you want.
More money, more problems, but I'm counting in the sweet spot. PD's on the track when the beat's hot.
Now let's talk about vampires.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a superfan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Pete-dictions, say but the PD and Vampire, please follow me, Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash. Ash, hello. I'm coming firing out the gate because I recorded, hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, not mere moments ago, and then I crinkled my water, and so I did it again with gusto.
Oh my gosh, I hope if this is your first time listening to this podcast that Pete didn't just scare you away.
Well, to be fair, they will have the theme song as a buffer.
That's true.
You know, I would say that it would be ridiculous that someone would come to season 5, episode 13 as their very first episode. However,
Some people like to hear the most recent to get the feel for the pod and then decide if they're going to commit.
that may be true, and my alternative theory is that maybe someone was looking for the song Total Eclipse of the Heart, saw this podcast, was like, I remember that show, The Vampire Diaries, let's see what this is. I'll just see the most recent episode, or I'll see this episode that's named after this song.
And then you yell at them and then they turn it off immediately.
Yeah, but I feel like they would have at least gotten this far because they would have been like, wait, why is this guy yelling at me? Oh, maybe he's about to explain right now.
Yeah, all
And
right.
now they have made it at least to this moment.
Well, if you made it to this moment, go back and listen to episode 1, season 1, and follow the course.
Yeah, there's over 100 other episodes that you
Yeah.
could listen to in order, in the correct order. Or go listen to that song. That song is good.
Or both.
Or every 5 minutes of the pod, listen to the song, just get hyped up.
You could do that.
Or sad. Is it kind of a slower song?
Mid.
Kind of a ballad?
Yeah. Kind of like a power pop ballad.
Man, I got something in my throat also.
What's happening to you?
I don't know. Just everything. Just everything is happening to me. Ash.
I just got bit by a spider or a bug or something. That's happening to me.
Are
All
you
over my leg.
Are you sure it wasn't a vampire?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you sure it wasn't a vampire craving vampire blood?
Well, I'm sure unless they compelled me to forget. Then I'm not sure.
All the things we're talking about happened. Ash, since our last episode, I think it was right before an eclipse. Or maybe,
Yeah, it was.
Or maybe it was right after, and then we were like, the next episode says eclipse in it.
I think we did it like Eclipse Day, and then we were like, the next episode is about the eclipse.
Did you hear about how the moon cuts its hair?
With eclipsers?
Eclipse it.
Eclipse it. Oh, it's close.
But anyway, did you have any paranormal activities since the eclipse? Did the eclipse make anything paranormal happen in your life?
You're asking me that like I wouldn't have told you because you're my husband and we live together.
Sometimes we say save it for the pod.
Not a paranormal activity.
Just kidding. And we don't even really say that.
No.
Maybe every once in a while. Or I'll make a note to save something for the pod. More than I'll bring it up to you.
Definitely no. Nothing paranormal has happened to me. However, the moon does have a big impact on teaching.
Ooh.
Whenever there's a full moon, kids at school are wild.
Wow.
And I probably said this on this podcast before, actually, I bet, way back when. But full moon does something to the kids. They lose their minds.
Wow. Full moon, but what about an eclipsed moon? Do they all take good naps?
No. They actually did pretty good on the eclipse day. No one, stared right at it, which we were worried about.
Yeah.
We're like, do not stare without your glasses. What if I don't have any glasses? But they did okay. They did a good job.
Yeah, I would think at the kids you teach's age, they'd be more afraid of it. Like, I don't want to accidentally look at it.
Yeah, they were. In a good way.
That's how I feel,
Some
too.
healthy fear.
I did accidentally look at it.
I also did.
And it was really bright.
Well, I was looking at it with my glasses, and then I took my glasses off to talk to someone, but I took them off before I turned my head, so there was a brief second where I was looking at it, like, not on purpose.
Yep, I'm listening. I'm pouring a very long drink while you're talking. But
And I was like, you guys, I looked at it by accident, and
Yeah.
now I see bright spots, and they're like, it's fine, it's just a second, it'll go away soon. And I was
Yeah.
like, are you sure?
yeah.
What about you? How did you accidentally look at it?
I was looking at it with the glasses on, and then I was like, whoa, it totally went away. What? And I took off the glasses. I forget the order of events, but it was like, I was looking through the glasses, it totally disappeared, and I was like, totality, or something like that. I was like, this is crazy. And then our kids were standing there, and they were like, no, it's just behind a cloud. But I had no idea because I had the glasses on. So I was like, oh, and I took the glasses off, but was still looking up there, and then the cloud passed or something like that. Yeah, and I was like, ah! And it left a little tiny moon-shaped
Light in your eyes?
light in my eyes when I looked over at our house, and I was like, no! So it wasn't my fault. I wasn't just like...
Well, same. I wasn't trying to look. I was like, oh, I'm holding my glasses, and I just took them off real quick and then turned my head instead of turning my head and then taking them off.
Oh, my gosh.
And I was like, oh, my gosh. It's funny we didn't tell each other this until now, though. This did get saved for the pod.
It really did. I tried to block it out, much like the moon blocked out the sun that day. But because we're speaking of it, I thought I would come clean.
All right, that's my only supernatural experience with the moon.
Yep. Ash,
Pete.
episode that we are covering on this very podcast is, I've said it before, Season 5, Episode 13, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Mm-hmm. All right. Catherine is traveling
Right.
as a passenger
Yeah,
in Elena's body.
correct.
Now Catherine has a Vampire Diary Ash cold open.
I know, because she's a vampire again. Because she's in Elena's body.
Seems like she's leaving a paper trail.
Yeah, for sure.
And that someone could just find this diary and be like, oh.
That's the thing about diaries. People always write stuff that they don't want anyone to find out, but you can just read it.
Yeah. That's why I keep mine up here in the nog. I don't want anyone finding that stuff.
I really tried to have diaries growing up. I had like several. I think we might have talked about this probably a long time or two. But I just couldn't ever commit to it. I felt like I had to do it every day or not at all.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do it. I think they're pretty though.
Sure. Yeah, if you're writing it, you want someone to read it. And then, like, people get their diaries published or whatever. I feel like famous people. I mean, Anne Frank, of course.
Anne Frank, of course.
Famously Anne Frank. But I feel like people have their diaries. Or, like, letters. I like when people's letters are published.
Yeah, but you know what is cool is that, like, if you had a diary... And then, like, your grandkids or your great-grandkids get to read it one day. I think that's really cool.
Well, yeah, members of my family, of my old world Swedish family have done that. Mm-hmm. But they were like, I am writing this to my kids, or I am writing this to my future people. They weren't like, I'm not writing this to anybody.
Yeah, just like, dear diary. It's like,
No,
dear
like,
family in the future.
Yeah, like this one that I just read recently. This woman in my family who was living in Sweden and then eventually immigrated to America, to California by way of Nebraska. Nebraska had a big Swedish population in the late 1800s.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, she was like, I'm getting very old, so I need to tell my story. I am 61 years old.
That was old then.
Yeah. But yeah, it just so happens that. But anyway, I'm kind of just bragging now. But but what I'm saying is, these people weren't writing diaries. They were like writing they were documenting. Yeah, for sure.
Which I like that form of diary journaling.
Yeah.
Like record keeping, I guess.
Yeah, it was weird though because she was like, I like Timmy in the first grade. Just kidding.
No,
she wasn't like that.
That's what mine were like, for sure.
Exactly. So no, this one was like, I have 4 sisters. This is what we did. We went all around. Mm-hmm. They took a boat over here, of course. Mm-hmm. They didn't have money for a plane back then.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but anyway. So it's funny that these various vampires have all these journals.
For sure.
Okay, so she's like writing, becoming Elena is the best thing that's happened to me. I have everything I wanted. Young, healthy, and gorgeous. Which is like, as Catherine, she recognizes Elena as attractive looking to her. I know they're literally doppelgangers. Mm-hmm. But I wouldn't think that like a twin would be like, my twin has a hot bod.
Well, no, she didn't say hot. She said gorgeous.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I was sort of going the extra step for humor's sake.
I know, but to answer your question, no, they wouldn't say my twin has a hot bod. But they would be like, yeah, my twin is good looking and so am I, and we look the same.
I would be like, because it's documented how I feel about twins on here, right? If I was one twin, first of all, I'd be so mad. But on the other hand, I'd be like, and he's the ugly one.
Yeah, you would do that. But I also think that Catherine, because she's in Elena's body, mm-hmm. she automatically is like, and I'm beautiful, because it's her personality, and that's how she feels about herself all the time.
Yeah.
Except when she's old and she thought she was ugly then.
Just a mind experiment that I was having. Mm-hmm. All right, everyone loves me, and I'm a vampire again, she says. And R.I.P. Elena, thanks for your perfect life. Mm-hmm. While she's doing this, she's deleting pics of Damon on her phone that no one has ever used or seen.
No, and this phone came up a lot in this episode.
And she's saving a pic of her, a.k.a. Elena. I was like, that's not her, that's Elena probably.
Yeah, it's probably Elena and Stefan, but she's like putting it on there like it's her and Stefan, which that's weird.
That is weird, but also it'd be even weirder if someone saw who they thought was Elena's phone and was like, why do you have this picture of Catherine?
Yeah, she couldn't do that because that would give it away too.
I took the picture, like the Thai defense, the other Thai defense, a.k.a. Emma. We watched that. We're jumping around, but we watched in the movie Emma.
Yeah, we didn't finish that though, did we?
No, and Clueless is based on Emma, and in Emma the movie, one of them paints it, and the guy likes it because they paint it, not because they painted it of the girl.
Right, which is the photograph in Clueless.
Yes.
Get with it, guys.
The analogy. We've definitely only talked about the cold open.
I know. Before we started this podcast, we're both tired, and here we are just jibber jabbering.
Yeah, but this is what people want. They want to hear about Clueless and Emma and whatever else.
Your Swedish family.
Yeah, they definitely want to hear about that.
I do.
Ash, they have a real song in this episode. Mm-hmm. But was it a weird cover? It wasn't. Maybe we're too used to the Kidz Bop version.
I think we're too used to the Kidz Bop version.
Yeah, this is the best day of my life.
Yeah, we hear the Kidz Bop version a lot.
Mm-hmm. Not because we have kids, just because it cranks.
Kidz Bop had an era where it was really good and accurate, and then before that it was really bad, and since then I don't think it's been as good. They had like a certain cast of kids that were like,
I think it was
really
like
good.
2018, 2019. They like found like that was their good, their good stuff.
Because it was good for a while. Now it's like kind of weird.
Oh my gosh, another little tangent, and then we'll talk about the episode. But this came up in my Facebook memories or whatever. I was at Whole Foods, and there was a Now That's What I Call Music CD right there.
Yes.
CDs are compact discs that have music on them.
Was it Now That's What I Call Music 111?
No. But here's my thing. What I typed in my message, my joking message, was, if you had asked me if Now That's What I Call Music still exists, I would have said no. Mm-hmm. And if you said, hey, it does, and what number do you think it's on, I would have jokingly said, like, probably like 40, ha ha ha. Mm-hmm. But this was even still years ago. It was Now This Is What I Call Music 65. And I was like, well, time to make sure my will is in order.
Now you better start documenting your life like
yeah, exactly. At my old age,
your old age,
mid-30s, I need to.
Your very late 20s.
my very lower back.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, we're just being selfish, but it's fine. We've had a long already week, even though it's been only a couple days. But anyway, you can get through this. We will talk about the episode, but we're having fun over here. All right. Caroline and Catherine and Bonnie are going to class. It's time for a fresh start. They just had a whole bunch of drama going on. Catherine, they think, is gone, so they're like ready to get back to hitting the books.
Yeah, and Bonnie's back in town.
Bonnie's back in town. Bonnie sits next to a grumpy gal who I don't think we ever get her name.
I'm not the name person, Pete.
Bonnie.
I just never know anyone's name on Earth.
They're talking about this bitter ball that's going to be happening, which we get a full flyer. It's not like that stupid Halloween dance or whatever.
That was the first dance in season 1, and you'll never let them forget it.
No.
What do you think of this title, though, Bitter Ball? Do you think it's clever? Do you think it's annoying? What do you think?
I think the whole premise... Okay, so there's a bitter ball on canvas for people with broken hearts. So it's like a singles event, basically.
Yeah, it's like a Lonely Hearts dance kind of thing, but it's called a Bitter Ball.
Bitter ball, I don't care for that.
I don't like this name.
Broken Hearts Ball, which you just said something like that.
Lonely Hearts
is better. Tortured Poets Department would be better.
100%.
Just kidding. I don't know. I don't know why they needed this thing happening. It didn't seem to be that.
It's just a way to get people all in the same room for a bunch of, like, just random,
Yeah. Bonnie is not single. She's with Jeremy. But she will be the wing woman for her single friends. Okay, Bonnie wonders if the grumpy girl is a witch or just spinning her pen. My Pete-diction was she was just spinning her pen, and they were going to press her up and be like, you got to do this.
And she's like, what?
And she's like, I'm just spinning a pen like this, and then show her like, see, it's kind of cool.
But she was spinning it like it was like floating a little bit.
Oh, I didn't see it float. I just saw it like spin, and then like she put her hand and like kept spinning. It's like, well, it has some momentum.
Yeah, it was like, it was magical. But that would have been funny if it was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when
It's just
like
a regular pen.
Like later at the bitter ball,
Right.
They were like, Bonnie's like, I know a witch from earlier today. I was like, well, she's gonna be in trouble. This witch isn't gonna do anything. Wait, Bonnie's not a witch anymore?
No, she's the
gate.
The key. What is it? No, wait, gate. Key
gate.
No, I don't remember what it's called.
She's one of those things. She just gets dead people to walk through her, but she doesn't do magic.
Yeah, she's the whatever to the other side.
Stefan.
It's weird that I can't think of the word.
It's either key or gate. So.
Door, bridge.
Yep. Watergate.
Passage.
Stefan finds a car crashed into his house.
And he goes in so casually.
Yeah, blood is coming out the trunk. Aaron is in the trunk. Damon is hungover and the house is a mess. So wait, this wasn't Aaron's car, though, because they found Aaron in his car somewhere else. This is just some other car they drove?
Well...
Or did they move that car?
They might have moved Aaron's car. Because I don't think it was Stefan's car because he would have been way more mad.
No.
And Damon went and wrecked his own car. I think it's probably Aaron's car because they weren't driving. Damon and Enzo were just doing the laying in the ground.
Mm-hmm. So it was
Jim and
Aaron's
Dan?
car? And then they moved it?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't look closely at what kind of car it was, to be honest.
Damon let Enzo drive last night, and Enzo is out of practice.
Yeah, with a lot of things.
They hunted down Aaron and ripped his throat out, killed the last member of the Whitmore family. Damon got broken up with and went on a killing spree. Yeah. Enzo comes in.
Which we've seen that pattern from Damon before.
Yes. Enzo and Damon are murder buddies now. Damon does exposition about he and Enzo's relationship and says bond when he passes Enzo the whiskey, the brothers bond.
Yes.
He just says like bond, like maybe they had already known that would be what it's called.
I don't know. I feel like they did because I feel like they always say brother and bond whenever they're holding this whiskey.
Yeah.
Another thing I was going to say is we still don't get the scene where they use their vamp speed to clean up their mess. I always want that.
Yeah.
I want to see them whooshing around and cleaning up.
Yeah, like, and then do a little sweeping.
Yeah.
Vacuum.
I know.
Vacuum starts smoking. It's going too fast. Enzo asks about where Whitmore is. Oh no. What?
Maxfield.
Maxfield. They want to kill off the Augustine tradition and continue being sadistic. Stefan says, "You're better than this, Damon." And Damon's like, "No, I'm better like this."
Yeah. Damon does a lot of face acting in this episode, like always, but it's very, instead of smiley, funny, it's very dark.
He's glowering.
Yeah.
He has glower power. Catherine calls Stefan, invites him to get a drink or talk. But actually, she's on the phone with Matt being like, would Elena say this?
Yeah, she's still tricking Matt into telling her how Catherine would act.
And Matt is at the grill. Nadia is at the grill. She compels Matt to forget. Matt is her Elena Gilbert cheat sheet.
Yeah. And Nadia's like, can I stop doing this? It's going to be so annoying for her. Mm-hmm. My stupid mom is making me get her all this info, and then...
And Nadia likes Matt. They were on that Euro trip, which I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Maxfield is at some weird abandoned building, which we later find out is a defunded hospital.
I know, but doesn't it look like a school?
Mm-hmm. He has a young hunk, Joey, tied up. I'm like, what are you doing, Maxfield?
You jealous?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. I don't want to be tied up and then get my whole head bitten off.
No, you want to have young Joey tied up.
Oh. No, I don't think so. Maxfield has a type, though, it seems like.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Why am I so hungry? Joey says. Maxfield turned him into a vampire. Mm-hmm. And we think that he's doing the Jesse thing. Wasn't that guy's name Jesse? Mm-hmm. We think he's doing the Jesse thing where Jesse
turns into the Augustine.
But we see at the end, he's just a regular vampire, and Damon's the one. Mm-hmm. And maybe Enzo, we don't know.
Yeah, we see Damon. But he does say, like, I've turned people into Augustine vampires before, like, how he's gotten vampires to feed off each other. Mm-hmm. And he's saying, and I can do it again, which leads us to believe that, yeah, he's doing it to Joey, but he does it to Damon, which, yikes.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. All right. Sloane comes in. Mm-hmm. She has new funding for your research. She's been tracking Augustine experiments.
And no one has ever seen Sloane before. She just shows up with information, ready to help Maxfield.
Yep. And she wants blood analyzed. It's from Aaron's bag. His car was found abandoned. He's dead. You're next.
Oh, his car. There's the answer. His car was found abandoned.
I know. That's why I kept saying. So did they drive that car that crashed into the Bros mansion somewhere else? Because it wasn't abandoned at their house.
Right.
So are there 2 cars or 1 car?
Nah, I still don't know.
Yeah, we already talked about it. All right. Enzo and Damon have kidnapped Diane. The head of security at
Sorry, this is my way.
Whitmore College.
They got her in the dungeon, the basement, the Vervain dungeon.
Oh, is that the Vervain dungeon? I didn't know where that was.
I couldn't remember what you call it. You call it a Vervain dungeon?
And they say Rise and Shine Diane, which I said that sounds like a song title. And not just the song title the song that I already just said. Diane!
Yeah.
That's an Andrew McMahon song, I think.
Rise and shine, Diane.
Yeah, that'd be good. Be the sequel to the other Diane song. All right. She has kids. Let her go.
Yeah.
They're probably.
I would try to do that too. I'm a mom.
They're probably grown up though, so come on. No, I'm just kidding.
But they don't care.
Diane, they don't care. Diane covered up Megan's murder, Megan the roommate's murder, and now Enzo and Damon are grilling her. Ash, they're trying to be like Jigsaw, and because they're like, you covered up something.
No, we're gonna cover you up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Jigsaw does.
Here's a blanket. He does do the exact.
Yeah, he does the divine retribution.
Yes.
Much in the style of Dante's Inferno.
But he does it way more crucial.
Yeah. So you like drugs? Now I'm going to push you into a vat of needles.
Of needles, yeah. Not like I'm going to make you high and paranoid. No, it's like I'm going to inject you with a bunch of.
Yeah, you know the part you
things.
don't like?
No.
Get in there. Did Diane cover up a vampire attack on campus? Yes, she did.
They're compelling her.
They're looking for Maxfield. She doesn't know where he is. They kill her. For not knowing where Maxfield is, now you will forever know where he is. When you're dead.
When you're both dead.
Stefan talks to Enzo as he's digging a grave for Aaron and maybe the whole car. Did you think he was going to bury the whole car?
No.
Wait, and what's this friggin' car? Because they found another car abandoned. So they went and got the car that got found abandoned. And
Well,
now
they don't show us those scenes, and you know that they can compel any person to get out of their car and just take their car, and they've done that before.
What is this, GTA?
But I'm not tracking which car. I mean, are you paying attention to what the cars look like? And I am not.
I feel like they were all blue Audis.
Maybe it's the same car.
And maybe a blue innie. Just kidding. There's a really good Stephen King story.
Christine.
Well, that's a good novel, yes. There's a good Stephen King short story called Dolan's Cadillac, where
Dolan?
where a guy does dig a grave for a car.
Oh, really?
More of a trap than a grave, but it becomes a grave. And it's not for the car, it's for the guy in the car. But
Okay, whatever.
he makes it big enough for the car to drive into. And the whole time he's digging it, you're like, is this going to work? And I'll tell you.
It does.
Maybe it does. I won't tell you.
I don't care. I don't want to read anything called Dolan's whatever the heck.
Why?
I don't like it. Sorry, Dolan. Wally Dolan's out there.
Keep doling. Enzo tells Stefan to scram, or maybe vice versa. Damon's in a bad place.
Yeah, this is Stefan trying to get rid of Enzo so Damon can be saved.
Enzo hands Stefan the shovel. Stefan trips Enzo and tells him to leave. All right, Ash, we saw this a couple times in this episode. It looks like they're using some new motion graphics in this episode, some new editing technique.
Some little whip around. Do you think it's editing or do you think it's camera work?
I think it's editing. I think they put like a motion effect on there.
A little whooshy.
Yeah, just something digital that like makes it look like, I don't know, it looks more jumpy in a way. Mm-hmm. I think when Ty's getting up off the ground, that was just a camera guy like going like this.
Yeah, just leaning up.
You know,
but it did seem smoother than like what it would be in the past.
Yeah, you know what it kind of looks like is when you go over to, and this goes for anybody, when you go over to your parents' house and your parents have the motion smoothing on their TV. Mm-hmm. Every parent has this.
I know. Every parent has this.
That's what it looks like.
Every parent of our parents' generation. Not because we're parents.
Well, I just put it on.
No.
Just kidding.
Why does that even come with TVs? I don't get it.
Why was it even invented?
I don't know. I want my movies to look really smooth to the point where it looks totally fake.
Yeah. It's I heard what it is actually, again, very recently. It's because things are a certain frame rate per second and film is less than TV. Like if you're watching a film or a movie, it's adding fake frames that weren't shot to like put frames in between the frames so the motion is smoother.
Oh.
So like TV looks smoother than film in a way. Mm-hmm. And this even regular TV with the motion smoothing on looks even smoother and worse.
Yeah. That is a bad technology.
Yeah.
But whatever they're doing in this show, like I wasn't like annoyed by it.
No, it looked of its era, and like I was like, it looks kind of like 13 Ghosts. Remember that movie? The ghosts, like the way it was cut, would be like, dun 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 dun, and like would like have little freakouts, like little scary. Kind of like it's kind of like Saw when they're like going around like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, and then the people are like Jigsaw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Also, you're good at quoting the Jigsaw people and sounds and theme songs and the door slam noise. You could just be like do like a radio play of Jigsaw.
That'd be really funny. Now I'm forgetting who the Carl Winslow or the Timmy Winslow, whatever that guy is who makes all the sound effects.
Oh, I don't know.
I could do that. I could just do a whole Saw.
You could.
I do love the Saw movies, and I've seen all of them.
Several times.
I've only seen the most recent one once.
Well, I mean, all the other ones several times.
Yeah, for sure. Even Spiral, I've seen more than once. Mm-hmm. What about Jigsaw? Even Jigsaw, I've seen more than once.
I'm sure.
What was the most recent one even called? Saw X. Only seen that one once.
I remember rewatching Spiral like last year, but I don't really remember Saw X, probably because we only saw it once.
Yeah, in the theater. Mm-hmm. He goes to Mexico.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That was really different, actually.
It was different. It's like an indie version of it, even though the first one is a literal independent movie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We're a tangent filled today.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I don't know what we're talking about. Burying cars or something?
Enzo is burying Dolan's Cadillac for some reason.
Oh, the camera angle.
Enzo.
When Stefan is trying to tell Enzo to leave.
Yeah, he's got like the shovel up against his chest, and then like Enzo starts stabbing himself. Like, give it your best shot.
I know. Well, Enzo's been tortured forever and ever and ever, so he's like, this doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Seven says he will kill Enzo. I don't want to see you ever again. All right.
I like how he says, I think his response is like, whatever I do to you will be final. Like, I feel like that was a clever way to say, like, I'm going to kill you. It will be final.
It will be final. Catherine is deciding whether to call Stefan or what. She needs Caroline's help to get ready for the bitter ball. Mm-hmm. And they do a little fake out like, you're faking it. It's so obvious that breaking up with Damon, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it's about breaking up with Damon, not about Catherine inhabiting.
I know Catherine for a minute is like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
She thinks she's busted.
Catherine mentions the Tyler Klaus dilemma. Mm-hmm. Catherine picks up a call from Stefan. He needs to talk. It involves Enzo. She invites Stefan to the party. Stefan says no.
So they can talk. She's like, let's talk in person, but also she has no idea who Enzo is at this moment. She just wants to talk with Stefan.
Yep. Nadia is at the grill. Catherine texts, who is Enzo? Mm-hmm. Ty walks in, ready to party. Mm-hmm. He's ready to obliterate the memory of Caroline.
He wants to take shots.
Take shots with Nadia. He's like, she's new. Which, this is classic Ty. This is why I didn't like him.
I know, me neither.
Yeah. Thought he was your buddy this whole time.
No, I don't like him like that.
No, he's annoying. And
He's
Matt's
annoying.
like, that's Catherine's daughter.
I like Matt a lot. Ty is annoying to me.
I know, but yeah, Matt's like, don't mess with her. That's Catherine's daughter, which that's weird, of course. She locked Matt in a safe and buried him alive. Ty's in bro mode.
He ends up wrapping Matt up into it because later they're just all taking shots together and talking about their moms.
Talking about their moms, yeah.
But at first, Matt's like, no, we're not doing that. But then he totally does.
Yeah. Matt likes to party. Also, aren't these kids underage? They're just, well, who knows about Nadia, but they're just drinking at the grill.
Yeah. But, I mean, Ty is a hybrid and
Yeah.
Matt can't die with his ring. So they probably don't feel their age necessarily.
But wouldn't some Karen be in there?
I don't know. But
Be
Matt
like,
Matt can also serve alcohol at the grill. Don't you have to be 21 to serve alcohol?
But he's not 21.
I know.
But yeah, you do. And also,
Different rules at the grill, I guess.
we don't know who actually owns the grill, I guess. Matt's the owner.
Matt's
He's
is
an 18-year-old owner.
there 24/7.
He won 51% of this grill in a game of pool. Mm-hmm. The scene where they're talking about their moms is like the Jaws scene about the scars. It's like, I got this scar, blah, blah, blah. My mom did this to me, blah, blah. That's what they're doing.
Okay, thank you.
In Jaws, they were also drinking on a boat.
And then does Charles come?
Yeah, and he's like, my mom hurt my feelings.
And I'm mad.
Matt's mom, Matt's VA Beach mom, hooked up with Ty.
And even Ty's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Nadia, okay, so Ty goes to the bathroom.
Which you always make me say Ty now, but it's Tyler.
Nadia asks Matt who Enzo is. Ty overhears her compelling Matt.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm still going to go to the bathroom, but then I'm going to come back and tell Matt about this.
Yeah. Hey, when nature calls. Dun, 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 dun. Would you like to play a game? Jeremy, I'm John Kramer.
I'm glad that you know, even though you have the capability to do this, you know that we are not allowed to scare each other in this marriage.
No.
Because that would be so scary.
Ew.
If I was alone and you just said that, oh my gosh.
I hate, every once in a while it'll come across my feed some couple that pranks each other.
No.
Not for me.
No, that's not allowed here.
Mm-mm. Jeremy has a different hairstyle.
Yeah. And you said he was looking like some detective.
Yeah, he looked like a old noir detective.
He looks cute.
He looked like Detective John Kramer.
No.
He looked kind of like...
He did not look like that.
He looked a little bit like Max Minghella in Spiral.
Oh my gosh. Drop it, Pete. Drop it.
He looked a little bit like... one of the characters in Saw 5, 6, or 7 has just the most generic name. It's like Tim Edwards. And he's the main character, like 3 of them. Anyway, all right. He wants to go... Oh, okay. He's going to this bitter ball with Bonnie.
Right, but not as her date because you're not allowed. You're supposed to be single.
Yeah. But he wants to go to have a hotel party instead. All right, Damon is there to kidnap Jeremy. He needs a locator spell done. Bonnie can't do it. Jeremy says Elena would kill Damon if he hurt him, but Damon doesn't care. Enzo's there too. Enzo starts like squeezing his head, and Bonnie's like, "No, I'll help."
Even though she's not a witch.
Yep. All right, I did say the party looks cool.
It looks so pretty. It had so many balloons. It was well dressed.
And that was just like the downstairs where Enzo got burned up.
They had. I don't know. But this is, like their great room kind of place.
I think that's where Enzo got burned up, where they brought him for that party.
Yeah,
for everyone
in the past.
To suck his blood, right? Wasn't that what?
Yeah.
Like, here's a vampire. You're gonna suck his blood.
I know. They were doing weird stuff. Maybe. I never thought about that, to be honest.
I went to this party once, and there was all these llamas covered in paper mache, and they were all holding big sticks. They're like, "We're gonna get the candy out of you."
Ew. Nightmarish. They had another party in this great room, though, in this season, when they kept snapping Stefan's neck over and over again.
Sasha Colby style.
To get Silas to whatever they were doing with Silas. Or were they snapping Damon's neck over and over?
I don't know.
So he couldn't stop them. But there was another party there.
Yep, they have parties there. Catherine gets a text explaining who Enzo is. Stefan is there and dances with Catherine.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's cute. You're like, oh, but you're like, no, but it's Catherine, not Elena.
They talk about how Elena's doing. I predicted that maybe Stefan wasn't buying it, but I think he was buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Stefan talks to her about Damon. He is lashing out. Catherine is acting like she's trying to help Damon, but then she's really like, does Stefan like her? And then Caroline comes over and wants to talk to Elena, but it's Catherine.
Yeah.
Matt says Nadia's not compelling me, but Ty's like, she totally is. Do you have vervain? There's vervain in the coffee. So Ty says, drink the vervain in the coffee.
Right. So that he can't be compelled anymore by Nadia.
All right. There's a picture shredding area at the party. Caroline shreds what? Is the first one a picture of Ty? Mm-hmm. And then the second one is the horse.
I know.
That Klaus rode in on. Do you think there are any photos of Klaus? Like, would he ever take a pic? He would be like a rapper in the late 90s where if someone tried to take a picture, he just would not smile. Like,
I think that there could be paintings of him.
From the past?
Yeah.
But not like someone got their little digital camera and took a picture of Klaus and then like plugged it into their laptop and then printed it out on...
I don't think so.
It'd be so... Like, who would take a picture of him?
Right. I don't know.
Maybe someone on their camera phone real quick. On their fake camera phone.
Maybe if it was by accident, he was like in the background of someone's picture. No one's like, hey, Klaus, let's pose for a picture.
I bet they talked about this in the writer's room, and that's why like they were like, let's shred the horse.
Yeah, they're like, we don't have one at Klaus.
Klaus and his family went to like Walmart for one of those Christmas pictures. That'd be so funny if
The Michelsons.
Yeah, if Caroline was like, it's the only picture I have of Klaus. And they're cheesing in their sweaters.
That's so funny. I would have liked to see that scene.
These relationships are over, Caroline says. Caroline insinuates that Elena shouldn't go after Stefan. She's like, you should have 2 relationships over too, these 2 bros.
Right. She's like, you can't just immediately go back to Stefan.
Right. You can't bro bounce like that. Mm-hmm. Ash.
But it's Catherine. I don't think, yeah, like, I guess it's believable that Elena would because Caroline's not that surprised, but she's like, come on, Elena.
Damon and Bonnie are there looking for witches. They see the girl from the class that spun the pen.
Yeah, how convenient.
Caroline, she's a cater waiter.
Yeah.
Because she totally has a boyfriend. They're good, so she wouldn't be at a single party.
No. She's working it.
Yeah, she had to go for work. Caroline asks Stefan about him and Elena. He's worried about Damon. Damon killed Aaron. Mm-hmm. Sounds like an exposition dump.
Ew. That's gross.
I wish we had been doing that for hundreds of episodes because they do exposition every episode.
I know, but I don't want you to say exposition dump and flush noise all the time. That's so cheesy.
I think it's good.
You can do it one more time in total. You get to decide when it will be.
Oh, I'll probably never do it again because I'll just forget. Elena will give up Damon forever. Damon won't be able to come back from that. This is what Stefan is Pete-dicting.
Yeah, when she finds out about him killing Aaron.
Damon wants to confirm everyone's lowest expectations. But Damon is there. Bonnie is going to find a witch to locate Maxfield. Locator spell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Stefan's like, what are you doing here?
Enzo has Jeremy. He'll kill Jeremy at midnight. If they don't find a witch and do the spell.
This is silly to me because Damon and Enzo are just putting this timeline on.
Because they're good screenwriters.
Just because that they, are trying to be bad and in charge.
Yeah.
But nothing is going to, happen necessarily.
No.
Other than the fact that they say they're going to kill Jeremy if they don't find Maxfield by midnight. They just are picking a time.
Yeah.
Threatening them. They could have been like, can you help me find Maxfield this sometime this week?
Yeah, really like to find him before the weekend because we kind of had plans for brunch on Sunday, so I'm going to kill him on Saturday. This episode just needed a ticking clock.
It did, and it makes sense writing wise, but it's just funny that Damon and Enzo are like, we're bad, and we're going to threaten Jeremy, and you better do it by midnight or else.
I know. It does seem a little theatrical.
Yeah, it is.
And also, they're sealing their own darn fate because they get it by midnight, and then they go find him, and then they get into a mess.
Yeah.
So that's what you get when you set deadlines. Just let people take as long as they need to do whatever they want.
Be gracious with their time.
Catherine pretends she's freaked out but rolls her eyes. She doesn't even want to help at all. Mm-mm. She's like, if Jeremy died, that would be great.
Yeah.
She get a lot of sympathy, maybe some sympathy. Nadia's like, you gotta act like you care.
Yeah, or they're gonna know that you're Catherine.
Jeremy's at the Whitmore house being held up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the Whitmore house is where the party was, where Enzo got burned up. Not this lounge place, with the common room of the dorms.
All right, we're gonna.
Or maybe not. No, wait.
No. I just feel like that staircase was the same. But anyway, we're gonna skip. Yeah. We're gonna skip just Matt.
But it is a Whitmore place because Stefan walks in without permission. Mm-hmm. So maybe it's just a different room in the Whitmore house.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Matt, who you calling to Nadia, blah, 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 Ty. I don't care about that. Catherine says she can't lose Jeremy again, saying she's Elena, we gotta save him, blah, blah, blah. All right.
Yeah, she's playing dramatic Elena.
Bonnie goes to talk to this non-witch I wrote. Needs her help. I know you're a witch. I saw you spin that pen. The girl says she doesn't know what she's doing. She's just a freak. Mm-hmm. Caroline busts in with the fangs. You need to help. They do the locator spell. This girl is finding out that vampires exist, and she's like, well, I'm a witch, so I guess. Mm-hmm. Damon is complaining. Bonnie and the witch start speaking Latin.
I know. I like how immediately this girl who never knew she was a witch before immediately speaks Latin and does it with an accent.
Yeah.
Fasmatos.
She lights up candles and breaks the windows. This girl has hurt people and can't control her witch power. She's like been lighting some fires and stuff. Mm-hmm. Enzo calls, just like being a jerk, like what's taking so long. Damon puts Enzo on speakerphone. Jeremy will be dead soon. That's another just like ticking clock thing.
Yeah.
Like shut up, guys. Like,
You're interrupting.
yeah,
also,
just chill out. Damon's worst thing about being with Enzo is that he's become insufferable. Not like that he's gonna kill Jeremy or anything.
right?
It's just like you're being annoying, bro.
Exactly.
Enzo gets ready to do some torturing. He puts a bag over Jeremy's face,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
chokes him out.
No good.
Bonnie's like, "Come on, girl." Shows her a picture of Jeremy. Even this girl is like, "He's cute." Like, what?
The other witch. Yeah. She's
Okay.
trying to be like, you need to save him, and she's like, oh, he's cute.
So she wants to save him now? Mm-hmm. This witch says, if I go all Carrie and burn the school down, it's on you. Good ref.
Pete loves the ref.
Stefan, that's a reference to Carrie Underwood, by the way. How she dug her keys into the side of that pretty little four-wheel drive. Mm-hmm. That's what she was talking about.
Pretty little souped up 4-wheel drive.
Leather seats.
Leather seat.
Leather seats.
Oh my gosh. It kind of seems like you've been sitting home alone in the silence all day.
Yeah, it's almost as if I
And now
got to do a lot of fun stuff all the time, and then I'm back to work and my brain is crazy.
we like it.
Leather seats. Catherine tries to save Jeremy, mouth to mouth.
Well, yeah, she like shows up and she's like, "Oh no!" She has to save Jeremy, and she has to give him CPR. And every time she puts her mouth on his mouth, she gags. She's like, puts her mouth, blows, and then
I know, which is so silly because Elena should have more issue with it than Catherine. To Catherine, it's just some young boy from hundreds of years later. Mm-hmm. For Elena, it's her bro.
right. And Elena would do it no problem.
Right. All right.
Save her brother.
Stefan and Enzo are whooshing around. Jeremy comes back too. Enzo throws wood at Catherine. Damon
In her back.
in her back. Damon gets back. Wes is in Richmond. Yeah, he's like, no, she did the spell.
Yeah, he's like, we're good. And then Enzo's like, okay, let's go.
Wes is in Richmond. Stefan says, don't come back. Damon wasn't planning on coming back.
Yeah.
And Catherine's soaking it up.
But it does seem like in his moment of pause, Damon, when Stefan's like, and don't come back,
Yeah.
you can see Damon think about it for a second and be like, oh man.
Yeah, he does like 3 faces.
Yeah,
And then gets into mean face.
yeah, and then he's like puts on a show like, well, I wasn't planning on coming back. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, yes, you wanted to, and now you're hurt, but you're gonna play it off by being more evil.
Definitely.
That's
All right.
good acting, though. You
Great
get all
acting.
of that from a pause and some faces.
All right, Ty and Matt, I don't care about that, but I do like that Matt basically is figuring out that Catherine is in Elena's body.
Yeah, he figures it out for sure, and then he's trying to protect Tom by being like, oh no, it's actually not that.
All right, skip them though. All right, Enzo and Damon are at that bummed out hospital in Richmond.
Yeah.
Damon is having second thoughts about leaving home. Sloane and some weirdos are chanting. They're doing the brain squishing. Mm-hmm. They're travelers.
Yeah, we think so. I mean, they could be witches, but we've been seeing a lot of travelers lately.
Yeah, that's true.
But we don't actually know who those people are because we don't know anything about Sloane.
Are travelers not witches?
No.
Okay. Not all witches are travelers, but all travelers are witches.
I mean, I don't know that is true either.
I don't think that's true. All right. Stefan and Catherine, he helps her get the splinter out of her back.
Yeah, but she's a little bit like playing up, but I guess she does really have one in there.
Ash, there's another real song in this episode. Mm-hmm. Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You.
Yeah, that's a good song. Say something, I'm giving up on you. That was my best singing ability. Just kidding.
Jigsaw commonly says that to his subjects. She knows
No, fix it.
Damon killed Aaron. She couldn't have gone into the Whitmore house if he was alive. Mm-hmm.
Stefan's like, I'm sorry, I should have told you.
Stefan gets honest. He's been waiting for Damon to screw up, so she hates him. But Damon has been showing up for Elena, so he's like, Damon has been a good person. Stefan's like, Damon's been a good person when he's
with you.
With you.
Mm-hmm. Which is hard for him to admit.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want them to be together because he wants to be with Elena.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He's been sitting there waiting.
But then he was like, I kind of stopped waiting because it was good for Damon and I'd rather my brother be good.
He doesn't want to lose his bro to being evil.
Mm-hmm. Pug snores.
Pug snores. Catherine is saying she can't go back to Damon. But they're going to save him from himself. But she's making a play for Stefan by going to help Damon.
Right.
Caroline comes in and sees them hugging, which Caroline also wants to get with Stefan, probably.
Well, this is kind of what Elena wants to know. And...
You mean Catherine?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Catherine as in Elena's body wants to know. And then, you see Caroline kind of looking like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm. All right. Damon and Enzo are on the ground. Damon got stuck. At least we know he got stuck with something. Mm-hmm. Maybe Enzo too. Cannibal, vampire, poison. Mm-hmm. They know that Maxfield was working on that stuff.
Yeah.
Maxfield wants to destroy vampires by making them feed on each other, basically. All right, this guy Joey is still locked up. Damon lets him go, but then Damon gets H for B.
Yeah.
H for VB.
Right.
Hungry for vampire blood, or horny for it.
Depending.
Karma is happening to him. Mm-hmm. He drinks the vampire blood and bites his whole head off.
Rips his whole head off. He's a ripper.
And Enzo's like, what the heck?
Enzo's like, oh no. This ain't good.
Like,
and Damon is super bloody.
It was weird because the very last line was Enzo saying, check please.
That was silly.
Ash.
Pete.
How many fangs would you give this episode?
It's a tricky one because people are playing different roles and stuff. I think I can do like a 1.75.
I'm giving it a 1.333 with a line over the 3 because there was a whole part of it that I didn't care about, which was the Ty and Matt part. Except I do like that Matt figured it out because I was like, how are they going to figure this out?
But yeah, it makes sense that he figured it out because he had a traveler in him, and so he kind of knows about it and how it works.
Yep, and we like Matt.
I like Matt.
Ash, Pete-dictions. I feel like Damon is going to have... He's in a little bit of a pickle.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be wanting to drink vampire blood. He's in Richmond, VA. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to go on a little spree down there. Maybe he's going to be like, Enzo, turn these people into vampires so I don't kill you.
That'd be a good plan.
Catherine and Stefan, yeah, they're going to come down around there. And Damon, I guess they'll have to find Maxfield for some kind of antidote or whatever. I don't think that Damon is just going to, like, muscle it and be like,
Just be the Augustine vampire.
Yeah. So they'll get some kind of antidote, but before that, it'll truly come down to Damon about to suck Stefan's neck, and then Stefan being like, I'm your brother. Or maybe Catherine / Elena's neck. And she'd be like, Do it for me.
Do you think we'll see Elena as Elena again? Because we didn't see her at all this episode. We only saw Catherine as Elena.
Right. I mean, soon or next episode?
What do you think?
I think it'll take a couple eps, but yeah, she'll be back in there. I mean, Matt's going to have to figure it out. Mm-hmm. He's going to have to get Nadia to figure it out. Maybe Sloane has some of these answers or something if she's traveling with these travelers.
Mm-hmm. And then do you think Catherine and Stefan will hook up? As Elena?
I don't know. Maybe. And then he'll be like, no, that was you. But it wasn't you.
Regret.
It was Catherine. And I'm like, you cheat on me? With me?
That's good.
That'll be in like 4 episodes. He'll be like, you can't be mad at me.
I thought it was you.
Yeah.
Which they did that before with the kiss at the door.
Mm-hmm. But he instantly knew or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I think that was
that was
Damon. Yeah.
Damon.
Ash.
Ash.
Damon's Cadillac. What was that guy's name?
Damon.
Draymond.
No, it was Damon. It was Damon's Cadillac. It was actually Damon's Caddyshack. They were bearing Damon's VHS copy of the Bill Murray movie.
I was drinking water as you said that, and it really almost came out of my nose.
Yeah, you didn't laugh.
No, because I had to stop and swallow my water.
You were just annoyed only.
Big pug snores tonight.
The pugs are snoring. My plug is still for the television show The Circle.
Yeah.
New eps coming out on Wednesdays until the finale on May whatevereth. Maybe 1st. No, maybe 8th.
Okay. We're excited.
Watch The Circle.
It's great. We've been watching it.
Yep. It's number 3 on Netflix right now. We need to get it to number 1.
Get it to number one.
Also, hey, get this podcast to number 1.
That'd be really incredible.
You know what? I'll settle for number 3, though. And I'll settle for any chart at all.
I'll settle for within the top 100.
That'd be cool. I forget what category we're even in. Probably like entertainment.
Probably.
You thought I was going to make a joke, but no.
No, just okay. Well, thanks for listening to us. Like, subscribe, and share with your friends, and repost, and retweet, and re-X, and Twitter.
Re-X. Please re-X.
Twitter, TikTok shenanigans.
Ooh. Current events about TikTok.
Yeah, we don't care about current events. Okay, bye.